Hello, this is HD Ingles. We meet again, as it were. Uh, this podcast is a bit serious. Uh, hate to get too serious, but there are some events I've noticed of late that bother me to the point that felt like talking about it. What the heck? Why not? Get it off your chest, so to speak. Uh, when I was 18, I graduated from high school. I just ready to turn 18, graduated a month later. I was 18, not that you care. I was in 58, or excuse me, 57. I graduated from high school. And that was only 4 years. The Korean War had been over. So there was a lot on your mind. The Cold War, a Russian attack was constantly worried about. Uh, and it was serious times. Well, a lot of my friends, we all talk some bit about enlisting in the military. Uh, Talked about all the advantages. Of course, we didn't think about KP, but that's another story. Don't worry about that. But bit of fun, a bit of adventure, a bit of excitement, places you've never seen. May accidentally learn something, but there was always an overriding factor. The country needed us. They needed young men in case something went awry with the Ruskies, as we used to call them. Well, I'll tell you something. I enlisted a year later when I was 19. Did it gladly. Went in with open arms and ready to go. But I'll tell you something. Some things I've seen of late with respect to our military, I'm not convinced had what exists today existed in those days. I'm not so sure I would have enlisted. It's sounds maybe crazy, maybe whatever you think, maybe unpatriotic, I don't know. But I don't think I could have handled it today or in today's environment. Let me tell you why. Let's start at the top, which is a good place to start, I reckon. The stuff I have seen of late about the military academies. I wouldn't want officers trained the way these guys are being trained now. I mean, for example, let's say that you're in a combat situation and lives can get lost. And you have a captain and he gives the lieutenant an order. And the captain's thinking, is that black guy going to do what I tell him to do? And the lieutenant's thinking, is that white guy trying to get me killed? I can't say that it is or isn't going to happen, but that seems to be what they're teaching in the military academies. Don't trust another race. I mean, my God, you're in situations where lives, more than your life, many lives, if you're an officer, are dependent. That worries me to death. One more silly little example. It's not so silly, though. Let's say you're in a combat situation and the sergeant takes you by the shoulder and points to a man and said, go team up with them. Wouldn't that be a bit confusing since there's only one man? But I mean, you can't say him because the poor soldier might be offended. Of course, he might get killed too. But that's my point. It's just I just don't trust the military in terms of the way they're handling their personnel and their pronouns and their races. I work with black guys and had no problems at all. I even had a roommate one time for a few months. He was a black guy. We got along like champs. He even understood my stupid jokes, which made it a real plus. He's really smart if he understands my jokes. But that's I was trying to make a comedy out of that. But I'm serious. I truly may not have enlisted had I had to do it in today's environment. And that's a real pity. It's a real shame. And you're, I think, eliminating a lot of really good men and today women from enlisting or becoming members of the officer corps just because you want to be politically correct. I would rather be alive corrupt. That's about all I have to say about it. You can agree with me or disagree with me. Disagree with me. That is what we say your privilege, isn't it? But that's my opinion. And something tells me I'm going to stick to it. Well, that's all now. Or as Bunny or Porky Pig or somebody. No, Porky Pig. That's all, folks. This is HD Ingles. I'll see you again sometime. Thanks for listening.